This is an ABC News special report.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Lipoff. We are coming on the air right now to bring you the latest on the storm reports that continue to pour in from across this country. 22 tornadoes have been reported across 6 states so far. Tornado warnings are still in effect right now north of Nashville in Tennessee and in parts of Kentucky. That state, unfortunately, now reporting at least 70 dead from a devastating tornado outbreak in western Kentucky. These pictures are dramatic and difficult to look at. The preliminary reports of the primary tornado there on the ground for more than 200 miles. At least 3 others died in severe weather in Tennessee, and there is, at this time, 1 person confirmed to have lost their life when a tornado went through an Arkansas nursing home. Kathy Onan, mayor of Mayfield, Kentucky, joins us now on the phone. Kathy, can you hear me?
Yes, Phil, I can.
Okay, first of all, I just have to say before we get into the particulars of what's going on there, our hearts and thoughts are with you and your entire city, because we know Mayfield there was hit so incredibly hard, and in the overnight hours is probably the worst time for this to happen. How are you doing? How are your people doing who are out there, been rescuing people all night long?
My people are doing extremely well, Phil. There's nothing that touches your heart more than a first responder hard at work. And we not only have first responders from our city and our county and western Kentucky counties, but they are here from as far away as Louisville, Kentucky, and have been here since before dawn. And we are so blessed to have them here with us.
Yeah, this needs to be one of those all hands on deck, everybody helping out, because what we're looking at right now, I'm not sure if you can see it, is devastation from block to block. We know there was a factory there that was hit particularly hard, but this tornado destroyed everything in its path. Do you know the extent of the damage yet in Mayfield?
I do not. I have been out to the MCP, the candle factory, which is the point of our greatest loss of life that we know now. I have no numbers for you there. It was, of course, a night shift. This hit us about, I'm going to say around 9:30 last night. And so this company ships candles internationally, and I think they were getting ready, for big Christmas shipments. And so the devastation there is horrendous. And I was just out there probably an hour ago. The governor, the judge executive, and I and other local officials were there. And
Hey, Shalom, Makim Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to both elect. Real quick, it says over 70 dead, 22 tornadoes reported in South Midwest. All right, you had Tennessee, Arkansas, Illinois, Missouri, and I believe it was another state. I can't really recall. They mentioned it in the video. But what was interesting to me is that they said 70 people dead, which is a damn lie. Kentucky caught the primary brunt of this judgment, and this is all judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi because of the children of Israel. Because remember, the Most High said, "Would you render me a recompense? Surely and swiftly I will recompense you upon your own head." So with that being said, these 5-6 states had the utmost rigorous slavery in America, man. And Kentucky was very, very hard on Negroes and Native Americans in the slave fields, okay? Because found out that they through agriculture and through tobacco, which was a very prominent. One reason why they got such a good economy today is through tobacco and hemp agriculture, man. It was stated that 1 out of every 3 Kentuckian had 4.5 slaves, which were Israelites. And by the year of 1860, if I'm not mistaken, you had over 225,000 slaves in Kentucky alone. Okay? So that shows you right there that the Most High is jacking you damn devils up because of what you've done to the children of Israel. Like, you're not going to escape your judgment, Esau. All right? You're not going to escape your judgment. And on top of that, Missouri got jacked up too, because Missouri was the last state that so-called freed slavery, which Missouri was really considered part of the South. But I believe since the 1800s, early 1900s, they consider it the Midwestern state now, because I believe down towards St. Louis and the boot of Missouri was considered the South. But now Missouri is considered a Midwestern state because it's predominantly it's smack dab in the middle of America, man. okay? Which Missouri is a very wicked state, and it's a lot of blood of Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in this state alone, man. Like if you just travel through Missouri up into Oklahoma and go into like parts throughout to Texas, you could clearly see that Gad had this land by the way that the infrastructures, the caves, this was all Gadite land, man. And what did Esau do? He took it and he destroyed the people. Hence building up America, because we built this country up through our blood, sweat, and tears. Okay? Blood, sweat, and tears, man. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why you have what they call an economy. Like I said, hemp, agriculture, and tobacco was a primary use of building the economy, man. And Jake built that shit up with their blood, sweat, and tears, man. Okay? Like the whole logo of Versace, Jake came up with that. But you had Edomites that patented and made billions of dollars off that brand, which Versace is a high brand. It's up there with that of Gucci, Louis Vuitton, okay, Tommy Hilfiger, all these things. They're high-level brands that were started by Israelites, man, okay? So anyway, man, this is your pa, because if you go into the book of Exodus, when Moses, through the Spirit of the Most High, Moses was allowed to plague the land of Egypt through the way. It was really the Lord, but he used Moses and Aaron to bring forth the judgments. It tell you that it was fire mingled with hell, and there haven't been such a thing in the land of Egypt ever since then, okay? And the governor of Kentucky is basically saying, well, look, this is the worst tornado we've seen since this been a state. They've never seen anything as bad as that. Like right now, they're still under tornado warning. Like here in Missouri, we have an exceptional amount of wind. We had warm temperatures. It's been 60, 70 degrees since the month began. Okay, we haven't really had any cold weather, which I'm not arguing with that. But regardless, we're under a wind advisory right now, up until I believe tomorrow or sometime this week. Okay, so the Lord is getting ready to jack this place up, man. Like they call nuclear winters, hot winters and cold summers. So we might not even have what they call a winter this year. Okay, you may literally have snow in July, in August, because the Most High is jacking this place up, and he's using the angels to do so. Because it tells you in the book of Job, it says that he give his host charge over the elements, man. Roughly paraphrasing it, which the elements are the wind, the natural disasters. So the Most High is really bringing down Babylon the Great, and he's destroying the pride of Esau, Edom, because all these places that got hit by this tornado, you better believe without a reasonable doubt, these wasn't innocent people. Okay, these were $1 million crackers that had slaves, okay, ancestors had slaves, and they've toiled off the back of Israelites, man. So all this land, those nice homes, those $2-3 million mansions, the Lord leveled all that. Like the Lord leveled the fucking Amazon building that was out there. He took it and destroyed it. Which that guy, what's this guy's name? Jeff Bezos cashed out $120 billion in stocks once this whole 19 event happened. You know what I'm talking about. So the Lord is dismantling this place, man. And you elites, you in big trouble, because hey, once the Lord finally destroys America through nuclear destruction and these normal and these natural disasters, and with the angels and with the men of the Lord, you're going head first in slavery, man. And you're going to build our kingdom up according to the scriptures, because the scriptures say we should take the captives who captives we were, and we should rule over our oppressors. And who's the oppressor? The so-called white man, the so-called Asian man, the so-called Arab man, the so-called East Indian man, the so-called African man. You're the heritage of oppressors being led by Esau, Edom, according to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this video, and I'm going to bring a couple precepts out, and we just going to end it there. All right? Hopefully the point has been made. Here we go.
At least 70 people are dead. Loss of life could go up to around 100. When you were out there at the factory, describe for me, if you can, and I know I've seen one of the worst tornadoes to hit this country was in Oklahoma back in '99, and I was there for that. I know what the devastation looks like, but it's hard to explain to people. Tell me, please, what it is you witnessed out there at the factory.
At the factory, which is so much metal and steel in that construction, that it looks as if it is just a bomb has gone off. And you hear that all the time, but unless you are standing in front of it, it doesn't really hit you. Our city hall, which houses not only the city government.
And you know what? I can't wait. I pray the Lord bring another hurricane, another, what do you call it? Tornado to this place, man, you know, because 20 tornadoes touched down, 22 in the middle of the night. And you can't see tornadoes at night, man, because the funnel clouds is as black as night. All right. So this hit at the worst time, man. You in your bed sleeping and napping, and all of a sudden you getting flown out of your house by a whirlwind. That got to be the most scariest shit in the world. All right. And tornadoes don't discriminate against men, women, children. You know, and you better believe that there's several kids among the dead, because what Esau does, he likes to play with numbers. He likes to play all 70 dead during the tornado. Man, it's probably over 50,000 dead. Okay, if it hit 6 states, including Illinois, come on, man. You easily have thousands of people that's dead. Same thing with the Astroworld Fest. This clown talking about 8 people died. They said it was over hundreds of people that died during Astroworld, man. So it's 70 people. Get the hell out of here. Maybe that's all you found, but you better believe that it's several thousands dead. Okay, kids alone, women, kids, elderly, young, the whole shebang. Okay, because the Lord don't discriminate when it comes to his judgment. And good for you people, man. You deserved it, because the Lord is not playing with you, man. Look at what you've done to his people. You've been misusing us and mistreating us since we got over here. You know, the Boca slaves, 40-something% migrated to Brazil. Then the rest, you know, which the Caribbeans, or the islands, or the Caribbean islands, was just like a central hub of where they dispersed slaves. A lot of those that was like in the islands, you stayed down, but a lot of people, they were shipped to Virginia, Louisiana, Illinois, Missouri, and the bulk of the slaves went to Brazil, because you got a lot of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi down in Brazil as well. All right, and we're still catching hell under your hands today. So this is a good thing, and the Lord is going to continue to throw your society down, man. All right, and he's not going to let up on you damn devils. All right, because, hey, little to be known, an earthquake hit Kansas last week. Okay, and we don't really have earthquakes in Missouri or in the Midwest. They're very small tremors. But Missouri lays on a major fault line. I believe it's on the, not the San Andreas fault, but it's on the New Madrid fault line. Like if the San Andreas was to erupt today and they had a megaquake, you will very likely have a megaquake here in Missouri. Okay, because these states are built on fault lines, man. And they're talking about that Missouri is well overdue for a huge earthquake. I'm talking about on par with the one that's supposed to hit Cali any day now. All right, because we're on a major fault, but it's been years overdue. And if you look at Missouri, Missouri is very hilly. Okay, for it to be so-called flat land in the Midwest, this is a very hilly state. Okay, that's due to uneven infrastructure, man, because the earth is shifting. That's how you know that it's going to be a massive earthquake in these particular states, man, because the tectonic plates, they're not stabilized due to Esau fracking. Okay, he's donating nuclear bombs. He's testing weapons. Okay, he's pumping oil out of the earth. He's causing a shift in the seismic activity, man. You know, so the earth is getting ready to the scriptures say the earth is going to rock to and forth like a drunkard, you know, going into the nuclear destruction. But I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 29, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and storm and tempest and flames of devouring fire." Like in Cali, we had a damn a fire NATO, a hurricane of fire, man. Never seen it, never heard of it. So these are the plagues that the Lord is bringing back on Egypt, like it said in the scriptures, man. I will plague Egypt with the plagues as before. So fire NATOs, tornadoes, crickets, scorpions, frogs, waters turning into blood. All these are judgments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And the people, they're still oblivious to what the hell is happening, man. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of death in Babylon. And plus, we just had that damn blood moon, too. Okay? So no coincidence that 2022 is going to start off with a bang, man. I just got a feeling 2022 is going to be turned up. It's going to be 2021 and 2020 on steroids, man. I can very well see that through the spirit, you know. So Lord's will, he brings it to pass. But you people, you getting ready to catch all sorts of hell. A lot of you getting ready to be complacent. A lot of you are rebuilding now. You know, you think you're going to build back better. Like this whole Biden thing. Build back better, right? A $14 billion infrastructure bill. And the Lord is throwing your wicked ass society down. So what are you building back, man? Esau, he's very proud, you know. He really believes in his spirit that he's going to continue forever and that his society is going to reign supreme. But the Most High is getting ready to make your society dormant, bruh. Okay, because, hey, you've sinned against the Lord and you've captured his people, which is the Negro, Latino, and Native American. Get your big head ass out the way. You know? So anyway, let me bring out a couple of precepts here real quick. So reading again, and it reads, it says here, thou should be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and a storm of tempest and a flame of fire. All right. So more judgment. You can expect that. Matter of fact, let me find a one with fire and hell. Yup. Exodus 9:23. Yup. This is beautiful right here. This is the book of Exodus 9, and I'm gonna start at verses 22. And it reads, it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch forth thy hand towards heaven, that there may be hell in all the land of Egypt, upon men and upon beasts, and upon every herb of the field throughout the land of Egypt. So the Most High was plaguing their economy. It was like a strategic blow, a surgical strike. He was plaguing their economy because when you're destroying crops, then how are you going to get food? How are you going to grow certain foods and vegetables and fruits? Because all food is really from the earth, which means organic. So think about the Midwest, the breadbasket of the world. This is where everybody gets their food from, because farming and agriculture is very heavy in the Midwest. So what happens when these lands can't produce the increase that they once did? You're going to have a drought and the prices are going to go up. So Lord is cold-blooded. He's setting this place up for a perfect fall. All right. And it says here, and Moses stretched forth his rod towards heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and fire ran along the ground, and the Lord rained held upon the land of Egypt. So imagine a type of sight that was. Imagine how that looked. Fire on the ground, hail coming from the heavens. Okay, that's crazy. And it says, so there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both men and beasts. And the hail smote every herb of the field and brake every tree of the field. And only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel, there was no hail. So the Lord spared his people at that time. And this time the elect is going to be saved from the hail and the fire and the tempest. But the rest of you people, you getting ready to be destroyed, man. Okay, because it says that this was never have ever been in the time of Egypt. And we haven't really seen plagues to this magnitude, but to this present day. So just imagine what the Lord is getting ready to do now. Okay, so you heathens, hey, get ready. You Edomites, you're going to be the primary recipient of this judgment. You 2/3, you're going to be the primary recipient of this judgment because, hey, you believe in Esau, Edom. Okay, you believe in a so-called white man. You don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So therefore, the Lord is going to allow you to be judged out here. Okay, which is a beautiful thing because, hey, honestly, we're sick and tired of you Jakes, man. I'm sick and tired of you Jakes. We all tired of you Jakes, you know. Let's get another precept here in Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. 16 is good too. Brothers want to, you know, kind of recap that because, hey, Second Esdras 15 and 16 is literally jumping off the pages, you know. And I myself, we can all see that. So this is the book of Second Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which prophecy means to say before, which I will put in thy mouth, says the Lord. And we're speaking prophecy. I'm speaking prophecy, the words of the Heavenly Father, and the Lord is putting it in his servant's mouth to proclaim these things. It says, and cause them to be written in paper, which the paper is the scriptures, for they are faithful and true. Okay, so there you go, man. Faithful and true. Verses 4, it says, for all the unfaithfulness should die in their unfaithfulness. All you 2/3, man, you heathen. It says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. And these plagues are setting up these events, the fourth sword judgment. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, says the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, such as the Momo agenda. Okay, and that's just enough right there to get this place leveled. It says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us. We're complaining. We're the just, the elect. It says, and therefore, says the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them, through this hell, through these storms, through the plagues, through these new viruses that's going to be released, through the nuclear missiles, through the martial law, through the concentration camps, through the riots, through the murder, through the purges. just to name a few. But behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, but I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And this Egypt is talking about none other than America, Babylon the Great. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, meaning fire and hail, plagues of locusts, bloods of rivers turning into blood, streams drying up. What else? The grasshoppers, the scorpions, like out there in Egypt. I believe they had a plague of scorpions, man. Said, I believe 500 people were stung to death. It's crazy, man. And it says here, and I would destroy the land thereof. And Egypt should mourn, and the foundation of it should be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And they that till the ground shall mourn, which is the farmers, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with the fearful consolation. 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So you people getting ready to receive judgment, man, on all levels. But anyway, I'm going to play a few more minutes of this video, and I'm going to shut it down. But with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a ball.
Officers, but our police department and our fire department, which is one of our stations, is right there at that campus. They are both completely destroyed. And when the sun began to come up this morning, and I walked out to view the city, all I could think of was matchsticks. It looks like matchsticks. Our buildings are destroyed. My church is destroyed. Our downtown's churches are destroyed. We have no water here. Our water supply has been compromised. There is no electricity. Matchsticks. Our buildings are destroyed. My church is destroyed. Our downtown's churches are destroyed. We have no water here. Our water supply has been compromised. There is no electricity within the city. There are parts within our county that do have some electricity, and so we're trying our best to get those who have lost their homes into shelters there. Churches have opened up their buildings for us there, and so we have 2 local school systems, which are wonderful, and they are busing people out there. We have received, even though our water source is compromised, we have pallets and pallets and pallets of water. Every type, I've heard from so many mayors all over the state, every type of aid that you can think that we need immediately is pouring into our small community.
Absolutely. You're on the southwestern corner of the state near Tennessee, and we know that was obviously right in the path of the tornado. I would expect mayors from all across, as you said, are going to be sending people your way. You talk about matchsticks, and people will say a tornado sounds, like a train was coming, and the devastation was horrific. And everybody says the same thing, because this kind of devastation is just that. Things that defy logic. You're turning around and looking at cars tossed up on top of buildings and trucks thrown everywhere, and people hear that. But when you see it and when you're standing in it, it doesn't feel like anything you've experienced in this country, because people say it does feel like a war zone. Everywhere you look, there's no power, there's no water, there are no buildings left standing. What's the population of Mayfield?
Our population is just under 10,000 after the last census.
All right, and so where are you housing? You said there are a couple schools and you're busing people, but what's the process right now as the sun has come up to get people to safety?
Well, we have an emergency operations center set up, and I don't have that number right in front of me, but people can call here and they